Hey guys, welcome back to Parasyke TV and thanks so much for clicking this video. We're 10 months into 2025 and things are just getting crazier. So today we're once again diving into another set of bizarre conspiracy theories regarding the increasing number of horrifying strange events taking place this year, 2025. And we have a lot to cover. So if you love videos about conspiracy theories, bizarre events, or disturbing mysteries, subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you never miss a video. Before we get started, I just wanted to say
thank you for 150,000 subscribers. It means a lot. Now like the video. Okay, roll the intro.
In the late spring of 2025, a disturbing trend began to re-emerge in the eastern United States. Bizarre notes, covered in occult and conspiracy-oriented terminology, sealed into food packaging from the grocery store. You can find images and videos of these notes being found in dozens of different products, from dozens of different stores, from multiple counties, mostly in Pennsylvania. But the notes have been found in Ohio, Virginia, New York, Illinois, South Carolina, and even Texas. The case is known as the Schuylkill Notes, as in 2020, the majority of the notes were found in grocery stores in Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. There are many variants of the notes, but all of them focus on rather basic tenets of conspiracy-oriented ideas. Secret societies, controlling the masses, pyramids, the CIA, Saturn-worshipping cults, global corruption, the New World Order, the Holy Grail, celebrity conspiracy theories, Satanism, reptilians. You know the drill by now. It's all there in the Schuylkill Notes. But one of the most interesting things about the Schuylkill Notes is, yes, they're all very similar, but the closer you look, the more variation you see. You'd assume with the notes being found in all kinds of places like changing rooms, boxes, driveways, hiking trails, food packaging, etc., that they'd have to be mass-produced. But the level of variation is very interesting and suggests that the subject is constantly in a process of refining and reiterating on his ideas. And he or she has had a long time to do so, because shockingly, the notes go all the way back to at least 2015. A Reddit user interested in the notes was digging deep and found this Reddit post titled, "Found these cleaning a local department store. I'm really bummed I missed the seminar." The post linked to an Imager album, which among other interesting apocalyptic Islam and Christian conflict brochures, and Hillary Clinton's smear materials, the user seemed to have found the first iteration of the Schuylkill Note. This note, again perhaps the original, featured much less abbreviation and a much more easy to follow narrative, mostly about religion, occult worship, and secret societies, claiming all secret societies stemmed from the Vatican, and that it all leads back to Saturn worship. Obviously, beyond the meaning of the notes is the glaring issue. Many of the notes have reportedly been found inside sealed food packaging, which could be a safety issue, and you could also infer that whoever's doing this has access to a production line of some sort. However, the notes being found in so many different brands infers that there are either multiple copycats, or that the notes are being planted at a distribution level. Then, there's also all the different hiking and walking trails dozens of notes have been found in, which also makes me start to suspect multiple copycats. Overall, the notes aren't saying much that you couldn't get from skimming online conspiracy boards for a couple hours in 2015. But with the FDA and local authorities now investigating, it could just be a matter of time before whoever is behind the Schuylkill Notes is dragged into the light, and we may just get an explanation for how they pulled this off. Do you ever feel like you're being watched, even when you're all alone? Maybe it's the existential dread of living in a world with an increasingly predatory internet. If you're watching this video, there's likely a lot more information about you on the internet than you'd like. There was about me as well, but thanks to this video's sponsor, Aura, that's no longer an issue. If you've ever wondered how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is constantly flooded with spam, it's because data brokers make billions of dollars selling your data without your consent. And they'll sell it to anyone, marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. I don't have to worry about that because I use Aura. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to detect and alert you to potential identity theft. They take care of the hard part, automatically removing your info from these sites and keeping it off. And they even provide you up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also provide a bunch of other features to keep you safe online, all inside one app. You can go to my link, aura.com/parasite, to try 14 days for free. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data has been exposed. I highly recommend you do this right now, because when would be a better time to start protecting yourself, your assets, and your identity online? I'm not leaving myself or my family vulnerable to data breaches, and if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/parasite to try 14 days for free right now. And a massive thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. Earlier this year, and over the last couple years, users on TikTok, almost exclusively truck drivers, began posting videos of themselves or others entering what appeared to be massive underground tunnel systems in order to deliver freight. The scale of these cavernous tunnel systems is incredible. The area seeming like an underground city. The videos show truckers driving for what seems like miles and miles, along with other cars and even police vehicles. Users all over the internet believe these videos must be proof of a long talked about conspiracy theory regarding deep underground military bases. Now, if you watched these videos and thought they all looked rather similar to each other, that's because as far as I could tell, they're all filmed at the same place. The Springfield Underground in Springfield, Missouri, a 600-acre limestone mine with 3.5 million square feet of underground storage space. This industrial complex runs 500 to 600 tractor trailers through per day, and also trains. They mostly work with companies in the food industry, such as Kraft, Pepsi, and Vital Farms. And they say about 75% of the 3.5 million square feet is food product storage, and about 60% of that space is refrigerated. So I guess we can stop there. Mystery solved, right? Wrong, because the Springfield Underground doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what is actually going on beneath our feet. Pun intended. Fact, there are many underground military bases, both secret and not so secret. Fact, the technology to make expansive and stable underground areas has existed for decades, if not longer. Fact, multiple US cities are built on top of vast networks of subterranean structures, from sealed-off tunnel systems to entire underground city streets. We know these underground bases exist. The conspiracy theory is in regards to their size, number, and how connected they really are to each other. Phil Schneider was an engineer and a geologist for the United States government. If his testimony is to be believed, he used his expertise in geology and engineering to help the US government build multiple deep underground military bases. And he had a lot to reveal about the topic.
Our black budget, for instance, garners $1.023 trillion every 2 years. It's over $500 billion a year. Right now, there are 131 active deep underground military bases in the United States. There's 1,477 of them worldwide. Each one has an average cost of $17 to $19 billion. Each one is built in the site. It used to be it'd take a year to 2 years to build each one. And now they're capable of building a couple of them a year with sophisticated methods. Al Bielek has actually been on some of the high-speed railways, the magneto-leviton trains that connect all the deep underground military bases within the United States. He's been on a Mach 2 train and floats off of a single rail at 3/4 of an inch off the rail, and is what you'd call high tech. We have nothing like this on the surface. We built 9 underground military bases there, each with an average capacity capable of basically a city underground, roughly 4.25 cubic miles hollowed out underground. Now, boring machines, for instance, they don't bore, they literally vitrify and melt the rock, deflagrate the rock. It's a very sophisticated laser melting and deflagrating system. Well, in this process, I was lowered down the basket of one of these holes, and about from me to this elderly woman here in the front was sitting a 7-foot-tall alien gray. The stench was worse than the worst garbage can you can imagine. The person was the entity was absolutely horrible. I didn't waste any time. I reached for my pistol and start shooting. And I killed 2 of them. Yes, they're mortal and they do die. However, in the process, one of them did this. All I remember is that he just kind of waved his hand in front of his chest, and the next thing I know, this blue beam hit me and just literally opened me up like a fish, and burnt my fingers right off of me. And it was some form of electrical force, because the kind of like being hit by a lightning bolt burned all my toenails off of me. Completely crispy crittered my left foot, burnt the shoe right off of me. All I remember is the smoking remains, and I'm still conscious, but in and out of, I didn't remember much.
You heard that right. According to Schneider, he lost multiple fingers among other injuries after mag dumping a group of tall gray aliens that jump scared him. And he does have the missing fingers to back it up. Back to the topic at hand, Phil Schneider claimed way back in the mid-90s that there were 131 deep underground military bases in the United States alone, and that most, if not all of them, are connected by high-speed maglev trains. He also went into the advanced nature of the tunnel boring machines the government had access to, mentioning melting and vitrifying the rock rather than traditional tunneling. And now, 30 years later, there are boring machines like EarthGrid's rapid burrowing robot that use electricity and airflow to create intensely hot plasma beams to vaporize rock. Phil Schneider claimed to have experienced multiple attempts on his life due to his knowledge and experience regarding black budget projects. And on January 17, 1996, when he was found with a catheter wrapped multiple times around his neck, many believe he had been assassinated for exposing the truth about the breakaway civilization living deep underground, and the secret and deadly threat we face from multiple alien species. We know there exist massive underground compounds, both civilian and government, and we know that tunnel boring technology is getting more and more advanced. So what do you think? Are there full-blown underground cities beneath our feet? Even more than we could imagine, built and connected by advanced technology, funded by the billions of dollars that go missing from the United States budget every year? Or is it just another crazy conspiracy theory? On August 8, 2025, TikTok user Kin Panama uploaded a video seeming to show a small gray potato-like object, claiming in the caption, "Meteorite that fell in Panama Pedregal. Soon, samples will be taken to the International University." The video has gained over 3 million views since its upload, and what has happened since, although almost assuredly a hoax, has been extremely interesting to watch. Like, this has to be a hoax. But although there's a couple very bad videos where this thing he claims has spawned from this meteorite seems like it's being pulled by a string, some of the videos are still pretty disturbing. And since it's the spooky season and he's so dedicated to the bit, I figured I'd do a segment on what Kin Panama has dubbed Venomkin. After the initial video, Kin Panama uploaded a video showing him rinsing off the meteorite before tapping it on a metal pipe, then showing a close-up view of its texture and details. On September 9th, a first potential clue of this being a hoax was uploaded to TikTok. In a video captioned "Strange UFOs in Panama," you can clearly see a flare being shot up into the sky.
Luces en el cielo. Esas luces en el cielo que son.
Throughout the following week, Kin Panama uploaded several videos, alleging that the meteorite had shifted into a more metallic silver color and would burn and decay plant matter when in close proximity, as well as revealing that where the meteorite had made landfall was now glowing in the dark for some reason.
El meteorito ha cambiado de color y me di cuenta que destruye todo lo que es planta. No se puede acercar a una planta porque la mata. Miren ustedes. Y cuando uno le pone algo con vida, por ejemplo esta hoja, No le pone algo con vida. Ustedes pueden ver cómo ella transmite como una fuerza. Totalmente raro. Miren. Y no creen en el meteorito. Varios días. Cuando yo apago la luz, miren cómo se ve. Es algo totalmente increíble. Es un material que brilla.
Keep in mind that the camera moves away from the subject each time before the plant begins to smoke. The next meaningful update came on September 7th and gained over 5 million views on TikTok. In this update, Kin Panama claims that putting the meteorite in the sun has caused some kind of parasite, or what he calls an orchid, to emerge from inside.
Pero es bajo el sol.
In the next series of uploads, the orchid seems to react and move as Kin Panama touches it with his bare hands. Thousands of comments came pouring in, many urging Kin Panama that he probably shouldn't be touching this with his bare hands. The next day, Kin Panama comments that the orchid smells burnt, showing that it had nearly doubled in size.
Para los que me han escrito que quieren comprármelo, no está a la venta. Estoy esperando a las personas correspondientes para que le hagan su estudio. Estoy tratando de buscar los contactos o los contactos que me localicen. Hoy voy a llevármelo. No voy a estar en la casa. Voy a viajar voy a hacer una visita. O sea que me tengo que ir de mi casa y pienso llevármelo. Y espero que llegue bien. Me lo llevo en una cajeta.
Many comments beginning to doubt that this was a hoax and starting to lean more towards it being a scientific discovery. Some even speculating that this may be the first example of panspermia, the hypothesis that life exists throughout the universe and is distributed by space dust, meteoroids, asteroids, comets, and planetoids, allowing microorganisms to survive the journey between celestial bodies. And I have to admit, at this point, I was a bit at a loss for words to explain how you would fake this. And just a couple days later, Kin Panama updated TikTok with another massive exponential growth, this time into something much more disturbing. The meteorite was now completely engulfed in black goo and tentacle-like appendages, and Kin Panama was apparently removing pieces of it again with his bare hands, and bottling them up to send to different universities.
Hoy amanecí bien. Miren que hasta con iniciativa. Todo se lo pienso mandar a mis amigos en el mundo. Ha crecido bastante. Y yo le mando sus muestras. Ya ha crecido bastante. A pesar que no lo he sacado al sol, ya ha crecido bastante. Y que puedo sacar pedazos y se lo puedo enviar.
If this was some kind of parasitic alien entity, we're dead. It's over. This thing was never really in containment, and if you really shipped it in those bottles, it could potentially infect the whole world. Comments now outraged saying things like, "Bro's got the whole earth protected by scotch tape. Don't send to the USA. If it kills plants, you will be destroying the entire world's oxygen." At this point, the orchid seemed to no longer be moving. In the next video, Kin Panama kind of scoots the orchid forward, and it does appear to scoot back a little bit, as he explains in a frustrated tone. Sometimes it moves a lot, but sometimes it doesn't move at all, and that the pieces he's removed seem to die after removal.
Algún día va a desprenderse de la piedra, eso es lo que me preocupa. Si se desprende la piedra, ya quedaría totalmente solito. Ya individual. Yo nunca había hecho live.
In another upload, the growth can be seen moving back and forth as Kin Panama has a conversation with someone in the background. A toxic waste prop canister can suspiciously be seen perfectly in frame as Kin sets the camera down.
Nadie conoce qué es esto. Esto es algo de otro planeta. No, ya salió.
Ya me dijo que estaba enfermo.
Ayer, pero ya estoy bien.
¿Que fuiste al hospital y todo?
Ajá.
¿Qué te dijeron que tenías?
No sé, era como deshidratación.
Voy a aprovechar y voy a llevar esto.
Me hicieron una venoquicia.
Oye,
¿Qué te vas a llevar?
Esta pinza.
La otra vez te llevaste el martillo y no lo traíste.
Que se quebró. Se quebró la parte de madera.
A ver, voy a tener que pagar.
La llevo, me voy. Ahí te la traigo.
Bien, pues. Cierra la puerta.
Sí, la puerta está afuera.
Over the next few videos, the creature continues to grow as Kin Panama begins storing it in a safe, and then we get another massive exponential growth update. He can then be seen moving the safe, begging his viewers, quote, not to let them delete the videos, then assuring his viewers he didn't let them take it away, inferring that some form of authority had gotten involved. In the next video, Kin shows the creature recoiling away from the camera, and for some reason added a green screen effect and sound effect, insisting that the creature was interfering with electronic devices. Kin continued updating his TikTok, showing the creature move and beginning to claim he was suffering from paranoia and not leaving the house. On September 14th, Kin Panama uploaded his biggest video yet, showing the orchid had once again doubled or even tripled in size, now growing a bit too large for the safe. Kin Panama continued to update his followers, moving the creature to a different location and putting it in larger and larger containers. He seemed to begin pondering burying the creature or releasing it into a body of water, with many commenters bringing up the wormwood prophecy, a biblical prophecy from Revelation, that an asteroid or meteorite will fall from the sky and poison 1/3 of the Earth's water. Kin Panama, now referring to the creature as K25, began frequently returning to what he called the Metropolitan Water Park, and due to his repeated visits and attempts to coax something out of this flooded bunker, seemed like he was trying to make it clear that he had released K25 into the bunker. He then uploaded a video that consisted of still photos of K25 in the waters outside the flooded bunker. On September 22nd, he uploaded a candid video, basically trying to distance himself from the whole thing, claiming that it's been difficult not having privacy, and that people are shouting at his house as they drive by, and the constant level of contact from media asking for interviews was all too much to handle. And yet, the whole cycle has basically started again, with Kin Panama making posts referring to ancient Assyrian prophecies, and showing K25's continued growth. In my opinion, this is a very well done, low budget hoax or maybe even a found footage project, with the 3 stars of the show being: number 1, the all-time great low budget horror MVP, fishing line. Number 2 being a little bit of sleight of hand, moving the camera just out of frame to pull off certain effects mid-video. And number 3, polydimethylsiloxane mixed with hexane, as you can see a very similar range of motion in this clip from the Action Lab YouTube channel.
You can even cut pieces off of it and it doesn't just die, but the pieces keep wiggling like little worms.
But I want to know what you think it is: clever hoax or the Wormwood prophecy coming true in 2025? Guys, thank you so much for watching. I had a few other segments prepared for this video, but I kinda ran out of time. So the November 2025 conspiracy video should be a big one. Of course, please put anything you'd like to see covered on the channel in the comments below. Check out my Patreon for exclusive, uncensored videos that might be a little too graphic or disturbing for YouTube. Please make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, and please like the video, it helps so much. Guys, once again, thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon.